Pre-NEET school for the lower echelon is 6 weeks long. For the upper echelon, it's 3 weeks long. And then after you do that, then you're in nuke school. And there they hit you hard and fast. You're taking tests every day for 6 months. And if you don't have good scores, they put you on study hours. So the first set of study hours is S for suggested. But if you don't do those suggested hours, then you get put on M, mandatory. And then you don't do so well still, they put you on Alpha, which means you have to come in uniform. And then Bravo, which means you don't have to come in uniform, but they give you an assigned area that you have to study on.
Oh, bravo.
So, my C-Daddy, who's supposed to take care of me, we didn't see eye to eye. Because on my first test in nuke school, I got a 3.96. And he calls me into his office. And there's some other guys that got called to his office too, and he goes, Segura. I said, Petty Officer Segura, Chief. You don't have any study hours logged. I said, that'd be correct, Chief, because I didn't study. So he said, the first time you make below 3.9, first time, you're going on S hours. And I was like, my last month of nuclear power training, I got put on S10 because I made below a 3.9 on a subject matter that I had never been exposed to. Reactor principles, because I made below a 3.9.
What was your score?
2.8.
And it's out of 4?
Yeah. Oh, I did study. See, here's the thing. I didn't study for all the classes I did. But reactor principles, I definitely studied for. This was something I had never been exposed to in all my high school courses that I took. Nothing like it. You're getting down to the microscopic level of how a neutron and an atom interact. So I did study, but I didn't sign in. And I didn't sign in just to tick him off.
Right. I believe that.
And I did a lot of things to tick him off. Like I formed a softball team made of just nukes. We organized a trip to beaches and had barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
We broke up by that.
Yeah, he was free. I didn't.
She
I
dumped
didn't.
me. So,
I didn't date him at this time.
So yeah, I did a lot of things that he didn't care for. Anyway, and in fact, I'm leaving the nuke. You can't take any information that's in those buildings. None of that information can leave the building. So you can't go back to your room and study. Because if that happened and you got busted, you'd probably be going to Leavenworth. Now, if you don't know what Leavenworth is, that's the federal prison for military personnel in Kansas. So no, every time you studied, you had to go into one of the two buildings. It's two buildings, first half, second half. So, and I had to take 5 tests for reactor principles. So that was the second test that I made below a 3.96, or 2.9. And then the third test I got below a 3.9. So he put me up from S10 to S20. Then the fourth test I got below a 2.9. So I'm in my classroom, and we don't have class. We're just, talking or whatever. Some guys are studying in class. And the runner comes and goes, I'm looking for Petty Officer Segura. And everybody looks at me. What'd you do? I got no idea. The runner goes, they want you in the auditorium. They want me in the auditorium? Those are my instructions. You better get there. That's bad. Because when you go to the auditorium, you go before a board of officers. And typically guys are in there begging to stay in Duke school. I wasn't one of them. So I go to the auditorium. And I just see these guys getting ripped, one after the other. I'm sorry. But it's funny what's about to happen. So everybody else is done. And the captain goes, Yeoman, is there anybody left? He goes, yes, sir, there's Petty Officer Segura. He goes, Captain stands up. Is Petty Officer Segura in the op room? And I stand up. Will you please come down here to the microphone? So I walk down there. Petty Officer Segura, do you know Chief Ritchie? Yes, sir, he's my C-Daddy. Do you like Chief Ritchie? I prefer not to respond, sir. I'm sure he's just looking out for my welfare. Well, if he is, he's asked for you to be, recommended for you to be put on S30 hours, bad things. And then I hear behind me. And the captain looks over and goes, Mr. So-and-so, I don't remember this officer's name. He's the guy that talked after principals. And he goes, may I approach the board, sir? And he goes, absolutely. So this officer walks up. He's about my shoulder when I'm standing up. And he goes, sir, I just want to say, Petty Officer Segura, I said, I've been teaching this course for 3 years. Petty Officer Segura is the only student that I've ever had that after the class is over, he's in my office during his 1 hour break. And we're going over the lesson material again. Because his problem is he doesn't believe. He wants to understand it. And I told him it took me 5 years of graduate work to get to this point. He's not going to learn it in 6 weeks. But that is his goal. And the captain, one of the officers goes, he's the only one? Only one. I've been teaching this class here for 3 years. He's the only student that has ever come into my classroom every day.